Hi guys. Been fairly vague on a lot of things recently, and I said there would be an update video. So here's the update video, right? It is January 18th, 2022. Lockdowns from COVID in Nunavik started up in end of February, beginning of March of 2020. So we're going on 22 months now of lockdowns and everything else. Some places in the world it's been longer, some places it's been slightly less. Some places are back to normal more than others. When you lock down the Arctic, it's a lot more isolated than locking down a city. There, in this town, there's a co-op, which is a grocery store slash general store. There's a Northern, which is a grocery store slash general store. They both sell clothes, food, vehicles, as in you can buy ATVs and skidoos and stuff, appliances. So they're both the general stores. Other than that, there's not really anything, right? There's a sewing shop, so it's not essential. There's a church, so not essential. There's a community center for the kids, so not essential. There was one restaurant in town owned by the co-op, so it not essential, right? So when you shut down up here, you leave basically nothing open. So it's been exhausting for these almost 2 years, and it's exhausting for everybody. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, when we were able to get out on vacation in 2021, we spent 5 weeks in Ontario with our family, and people were getting mad at us at the grocery stores and stuff because we were so cheery, and they're like, "Why the fuck are you so cheery?" I'm like, "Man, you have no idea how much nicer it is down here." All that being said, yeah, the family's in isolation right now. The family has COVID. The whole family has COVID. The problem, here's what we did every day. We would go to work, we would come home. You don't hang out with anybody because you don't really know anybody in town, right? So it's you and your family together all the time. But we would go to work, we would come home. We would go to work, we would come home. We would go to work, we would come home. At this point in time, in the last 3 weeks, there's been 182 cases in town. There has been over 400 people in quarantine over those 3 weeks. And the population here is only like 1,800, so we woke up one day and it felt like somebody that was like 250 pounds was sitting on my chest. If I coughed, it felt like somebody was stabbing me. And super tired. Hell, I even had bags under my eyes, and I still do. Like I was sleeping the first few days. The last 2 or 3 days, I haven't gotten any sleep at all. My wife is immunocompromised. She has diabetes, and she has a tendency of rejecting vaccines. So it is a hard time for her. She has a cough. She's extremely tired. Her chest hurts all the time. It's sharp pains. She's out of breath just walking from the bedroom to the washroom. Not a fun time. The 3 kids are pretty good. One of them has a cough, the other one has diarrhea, and the other one just is running a low-grade fever. So the kids are doing pretty good. The adults in this house are on 3 doses of vaccine. The oldest child is at 2 doses of vaccine. The middle child is at 1 dose of vaccine, and the youngest is 0 because she's too young. It's been hard, and the isolation has been hard. The isolation's been hard for 2 years. I feel for the people that live up here and have been up here forever, and there's no end in sight in Nunavik for these restrictions right now. And I understand it, because if you get really sick, you have to be on a plane to get to a hospital. and those storms and everything, you're not always able to get on a plane. There's not a lot of nursing stations with respirators. We're lucky in that we're in one of the towns that actually has a hospital, but how many ventilators do they have? One? Like, it can be dangerous up here. Tuberculosis is big, so it can be dangerous to get COVID if you've had tuberculosis. There is an overcrowding crisis in the Arctic, so if one person in the household gets coronavirus, it can be very bad. I'm really fighting coughing right now. It's like right here trying to get out. I did 2 beer reviews today. I haven't lost my taste. My taste has changed a little bit. I'm getting a lot more burnt flavors than I used to. My wife can't taste anything, and one of the 3 kids says they can't taste things properly. I'm sorry. A little lightheaded there, and was feeling like I was getting no oxygen even though I was. We're not doing bad. We're in a 10-day quarantine. It's fun. No, it's really not. I feel for everybody. I feel for everybody completely. On, the big thing that comes to my mind is that they say that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. And I feel like the last 2 years has been a perfect example of the thought of insanity, because everywhere in Canada we seem to be doing the exact same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result and not really getting it because this is what we're dealing with. But I came on here to talk about this just mostly because you have all these people that are like, I know nobody that's ever had it. Well, I have it. My whole family has it. I know a lot of people in town that have had it. Some of them have had it really, really bad. Some of them haven't had it at all. Like, as in they were asymptomatic. And on top of that, some of the ones that got it really, really bad were triple vaccinated. Some of them that got it really, really bad that didn't get it really, really bad and were asymptomatic were triple vaccinated. Some of them that were asymptomatic had no vaccines. Some of them that got really, really sick had no vaccines. It seems to be a fucking gamble crapshoot. The only thing I can say is that if what is told to us is true, that the vaccines lessen your symptoms, I'm really glad my wife has her vaccines, because she's not doing great. And she didn't get fucking COVID when she was flown on medevac to the south because of her internal bleeding, where she almost died, and now we have it now, right? And it almost feels like a slap in the face that we've been so careful. We always wear the masks, we wash our hands, we do this, we do that, and we ended up with it. And we don't visit people's houses because there's no houses to visit, really, right? So we go to work, we come home, we go to work, we come home, and we still ended up with it. It's kind of like a slap in the face for all the work we did to try and protect the community and protect our family. But yeah, bye guys.